Julius Caesar and Betrayal, the most famous assassination in Roman history. Imagine this. It is 44 BC. Rome is waking up at dawn. Merchants fill the streets with noise. Senators dressed in white togas walk toward the Senate House. No one knows that today history will change its direction. Today, Rome will not only lose a man. Today, Rome will lose its future. And at the center of it all, there is one name, Julius Caesar. 1. A dangerous man from a modest beginning. Caesar was born into an aristocratic family, but at the time of his birth, his family was not particularly powerful. In his youth, he even became a political fugitive. The dictator Sulla once wanted him executed. Sulla reportedly said, "In this boy there are many Mariuses." In other words, this young man would become dangerous. Sulla was right. Even as a young man, Caesar was confident, witty, and extremely calculating. When pirates kidnapped him, he joked with them. "You are asking for too little ransom. I am worth more," he said. After he was released, he returned and had those same pirates crucified. That was Caesar. He laughed first, then he punished. 2. The Roman Republic on the brink of collapse. At that time, the Roman Republic was rotting from within. The rich were getting richer. The poor were getting poorer. The Senate was drowning in corruption. And it was in this chaos that Caesar entered politics. He formed an alliance with two powerful men, Pompey, Crassus. This alliance became known as the First Triumvirate. Together, they practically divided Rome among themselves. 4. Glory and blood in Gaul. Caesar was sent to Gaul, modern-day France. He fought there for 8 long years. Millions died. Gaul became Roman territory, and Caesar became a legend. He marched with his soldiers, slept beside them, fought beside them. The legions loved him. He was not just a general, he was inspiration. But Rome began to fear him, because a general who is too popular is dangerous in politics. 5. The Rubicon. No turning back. The Senate ordered Caesar to return to Rome without his army. If he obeyed, his political career would end. If he refused, he would be declared an enemy of the state. In 49 BC, Caesar stood before a small river, the Rubicon. He paused, and then he said the famous words, "Alea iacta est," the die is cast. He crossed the river. Civil war had begun. 5. From ally to enemy. Caesar's former ally, Pompey, now stood against him. They clashed, and Caesar won. Pompey fled to Egypt. There he was betrayed and murdered. When Caesar was presented with Pompey's severed head, he did not celebrate. He wept. It was one of the strangest moments in history. He had defeated his enemy, but he had lost his friend. 6. Dictator for life. Caesar returned to Rome victorious. He was declared dictator. Soon after, he was named dictator for life. And this is where the real problem began. Rome hated kings. Rome was proud of its republic. Now, one man held almost absolute power. Caesar introduced reforms. He reduced debts. He reformed the calendar, the foundation of the calendar we use today. He gave land to the poor. The common people loved him, but the senators were afraid. 7. The seed of betrayal. A group of senators began meeting in secret. Among them was a man close to Caesar, Marcus Junius Brutus. Brutus was someone Caesar trusted. Some even say Caesar loved him like a son. But Brutus believed in the Republic. He feared that if one man became too powerful, Rome would die. More than 60 senators joined the conspiracy. The plan was set. 8. March 15th, the Ides of March. 44 BC, March 15th. Caesar received warnings. Even his wife had a nightmare of him lying in blood. But Caesar laughed it off. He entered the Senate. The conspirators surrounded him. The first dagger struck. Then another, and another. Historians say he was stabbed 23 times. And then he saw Brutus. Et tu, Brutus? You too, Brutus? And with that he fell. 9. What did the conspirators expect? They believed they had saved Rome. They were wrong. When the people saw Caesar's body, rage filled the streets. Chaos erupted. And a new name entered history. Augustus, Caesar's adopted son. He hunted down the conspirators one by one. Brutus eventually took his own life. The Republic did not survive. Instead, the Roman Empire was born. 10. The greatest paradox. The men who killed Caesar wanted to protect the Republic, but their actions destroyed it. Had Caesar lived, perhaps the Republic might have survived a little bit longer. But betrayal accelerated history. Conclusion. Caesar was powerful, but stronger than power was fear. History teaches us this. Sometimes a man is not killed by his enemies, but by those closest to him. And sometimes betrayal does not end an empire, it creates one. Julius Caesar died, but his name has lived for more than 2,000 years. And perhaps the greatest question still remains. Was he a tyrant? Or was he a visionary trying to save Rome? History does not answer. History only reminds.